What's up, player? Welcome back to the channel. I knew you was a real one. If you're not a real one already, my name is daljiimarax, and on this channel I give you guys all of your beauty inspiration, from makeup tutorials to hair transformations and wig transformations and nail tutorials and all that, and some really good times and laughs. So if that sounds something you into, boo, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So today I'm gonna do a get ready with me, as I talk about the time as a Lyft driver where the rider was on the run. Yes, boo, on the run from the police. Police looking for him. He dodging, dipping and dodging, trying not to get caught, all that. So if you guys are interested in this story, boo, you gotta stay tuned. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you get notified on all my crazy videos, those crazy story times as a Lyft driver. And we're gonna get into it. Let's do this makeup and tell the story. It's wild. All right, so let's get started with the story because this is crazy. Okay, so as you guys know, I've done like a couple videos already on me being a Lyft driver and rather be making money or whatever the case may be, but I felt like I should start doing story times because some crazy stuff has happened to me. Like, I got stories for days, so if y'all want them as I tell them, let me know if y'all want more. Okay, so first, I was driving at night. So I used to drive the graveyard shift a lot because that was where the money was, okay, where the money was at. And when you drive the graveyard shift, what I would do was 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. because that's usually traffic is gone, and because the public transportation in Atlanta is so terrible, if you like working late, right, you have no option but to and you have no car, you have no option but to like get an Uber Lyft, because the public transportation don't really go much out of the city. It's pretty much in Atlanta, like in Fulton County, pretty much is where the at least the train goes. The bus, you may get a little bit further, but really not. So I end up getting all those people who's getting off work late and they got to get an Uber or Lyft because they live outside the city. So that's what the money be good, because they go on far distances and there's no traffic. So boom, it's a win-win. Or if it's late and people going out and stuff like that, I get those type of people. So the money was always better when you do that shift. And then into the morning, people going to the airport, people going to work. So same thing, people going those long distances. So that's when I like to drive. So with that being said, I always get the crazy sometimes. Or I'm not gonna say always, I got the crazy people sometimes. So what would happen is this particular night, it was a night, and a lot of times people, order Lyfts for other people. So you may call a Lyft for your husband so he can go to work, or, for your son, picking him up from football practice, something like that. Whatever the case may be, right? No problem, no biggie. People call Lyfts for people all the time. So this, I already knew it was finna be some shit. He's hood as hell, walking up, saying something. So I'm like, oh, he probably finna be rude, or he just finna talk a lot. One of the two. This younger black guy, hood as hell, pants down there, not even just sagging, but they down there, boy. I'm like, is this 2010? Like, what we got going on? So he gets in the car, he gets in the front seat. I hate when people get in the front seat. Like, I understand sometimes people like to get in the front seat for safety reasons, just because they feel like something might be up if they get in the back seat, but that shit is just mad awkward. Like, I don't know, you get your ass in the back. I'm the driver, okay? Go in the back and let me drive. But anyway, I'm not gonna be that person like, oh my god, can you get in the back seat? It's not that fucking deep. Like, it's literally not that deep. If you want to get in the front, you want to get in the front. So he gets in the front and he's just like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, and it's a long drive. So I think I remember we was going from Midtown Atlanta to Conyers. If you're familiar with Atlanta, that's way out east. Like, you out there, man. You out there. So way past 20 West. I said, wait, no, yeah, 20 East. Okay, so he gets in the car and then we drive, and then he said, okay, you stop at this gas station. I'm like, I hate when people try to do that shit. But yeah, okay, I stopped at the gas station. I ain't want to start nothing. I was like, okay, I'm finna get a good coin from this ride because it's far. So I'll stop at the gas station. Stop, he probably gets some Rillos or something like that. Okay. So we driving, okay, it's quiet. Then he was like, can you turn on a specific song? I'm like, bet, what you want to hear? This nigga grabs my phone from the DoorDash, the dash, whatever the thing is. It was like, oh, okay, I got you. Most people, I'm gonna be like, okay, what you want? I'll change it for you. He just grabbed. He was like, I got you. Like, okay, awkward. Just grab my phone. Again, he's not really being disrespectful. I mean, I guess that's disrespectful, but it wasn't too bothersome, right? So he changes it to some hood song. It's loud as hell. Okay, I don't know. I'm not that type of person who care what type of music. I listen to hood shit too, whatever the case may be. I usually put my music on it based on the type of client, type of client. What the hell is this? Type of writer get in my car, So he put on some hood shit. We riding. Boom. After about 5 minutes, he turned the music down. He's like, I gotta tell you something. Like, I've been holding it in. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, tell me. He was like, it's some wild shit, but you don't know me, so you can't really judge. I'm like, facts. And sometimes people be having some good ass stories, and sometimes people be annoying. But for the most part, like, some people be annoying as hell when you are a Lyft driver. Some people just talk their ass off. It's like, please shut the fuck up and let me take you to your destination. I do not want to hear this story. I don't care. But then I just noticed, like, as a Lyft driver, some people don't have nobody to talk to. Like, literally. And that's about to be this case I'm about to show y'all. But some people literally have nobody to talk to. So their Lyft driver is their person. Like, and then it's so much easier for people to talk to people that they don't know versus somebody you do know, because then they can judge you and they know what you got going on in life. I was never gonna see this man another day in his life or whatever. So he was like, I gotta tell you this, like, I'm on the run right now. Like, I'm like, what the hell you mean you on the run? He was like, a couple days ago, I was at the gas station with my cousin or whatever. So he was visiting Atlanta, and then he was visiting Atlanta for some reason, whatever the case may be. And he said he was at the gas station with his cousin, and some dude that his cousin knew was mean mugging him. And they was in the gas station or whatever the case may be. They walk outside to go to the car, him, his cousin, and some other boy. And then his cousin just starts shooting at him. Like, everybody shooting. I guess everybody, ducking. It's a shootout at this gas station, whatever the case may be. They got away, ran, boom. So he was like, ever since then, I can't remember if he said somebody got shot or died. Somebody had to get shot. Because that got to be the only reason he was this traumatized. So he said his cousin was shooting at the other dude that was mean mugging him, because I think he had beef with him. But he was trying to fix, I guess, like, guess his face. Like, why would this guy be looking at me like that? So then I guess he remembered and then started shooting at him. That's how it went. So I guess he's traumatized from that. And he said he'd been thinking about it, like, he'd been shaking, like, he'd been, he ain't been knowing what to do. And his cousin, just lay low, chill out. And he was like, just randomly start telling me his life story. So he's saying him and his cousin, like, the person who got the Lyft for him was like, what was I about to say? The person who ordered the Lyft was like their friend or his girlfriend or something like that, right? So then he was like, we do credit card scams. That's what we do all day. We sit in the living room. I guess he got this machine. We do credit card scams, whatever the case may be. I'm like, okay, this is some wild story. For all I know, this man could be lying, but I don't know. Who knows? This is just a fun story to tell. So he telling me this, they do credit card scams. He said he got a son, and he sent his baby mama. He was on the run for something else. I could not remember what it was. Obviously, he's a scammer. We already know that. He was victim of a shootout. I don't know if anybody died, anybody got shot, or whatever the case may be. But I'm just assuming from my memory that somebody got shot, because that's why he was so traumatized. And then, okay, so he told me that, him and his girlfriend, not together no more, but they got a son, and he paid for his son to go to this expensive ass school where they speak Spanish and shit like that. I'm like, okay, cool. He's spending his money right for his son, putting him in a good school and all that. So he's telling me this story, like, this man going in, he's like I've been like traumatized for a couple days. Like, I can't sleep right. Like I guess he's one of them dudes that's like hood, but he ain't with the killing. Like, he just do the scam and stuff. Like, he ain't with the killing and gang affiliation or whatever the case may be. Like, everybody who's hood ain't killers. You feel me? Some people just like to do scams and go about their business, and that's as deep as, illegal activity they go. So he was giving me that type of vibe. Like, he wasn't the type to rob you at gunpoint, because this man was shook. Like, he was like he had, like, it was so quiet when he turned the music on, and then he turned it off. He turned to me. He was like, I gotta tell you something. Like, he had to get this off his chest. Like, it was a blessing that he saw me, because he had to talk to somebody about this situation. And I'm listening. I'm nosy. So what else you gotta say? So he's telling me the story, I'm on run, like, we do credit card scams. The person that, on this account, like, this a friend. I don't know if it was his friend. his cousin's girlfriend, whoever it was. I know it wasn't his. It was a girl's name. And I think she called me when I went to pick him up. Was like, yeah, you picking up such and such for me, or whatever the case may be. This was like 3 years ago. I can't remember. This was not recent. So this happened. Okay, so then that happened, and then he's like, you know, so what you think about this? Like, how you think I should do? I'm like, sir, you're doing illegal things. I'm gonna tell you, you know, this is none of my business. I hate to see another black man go to jail, but y'all doing credit card scams. Y'all fucking with people's money. Like, when it comes to people who do scams like that, like money scams, I'm a little bit empathetic, because obviously nobody wants to get scammed. Like, let's just be there. Like, nobody wants somebody stealing their identity. You know, identity theft is a real thing, Jim. Okay? And then nobody wants to, but I'm also, because, you know, of how this country works, I'm empathetic to poor, because I'm poor. And where there's poverty, there's crime. So if you have no way of making income, scams is the way to go. Stealing, robbery, that's how people gotta make their money. I don't think it's great, but, you know, stealing because you can't pay your rent and you stealing money from somebody is different than you stealing so you can get a designer purse. Like, they're both wrong, but they're not equal wrongs, if that makes sense. You know, I feel like if somebody steal, like I'm saying, like if somebody steal is credit card scamming because they need to pay their rent and they got to provide for their family, that's wrong. But I understand why you're stealing. If you scamming so you can get designer and get dripped out and so you can get penthouses and stuff, like, no. Like, if you're going to be a scamper, you got to be smart with it. I don't know what he was doing, but the only smart thing I remember him saying is that he got his son in a school and they speak in Spanish, so he got him in a nice little expensive school. You know, he doing right by his son in the best way he can. You know, and the school to prison pipeline that's going on in this country, the poverty and the locate, like, some people literally have no way out. Like, as much as we got as accessible as internet and education is, some people still don't have no way out. Some people need role models. Some people need somebody in their ear telling them that they can do it. Like, all men are not created equal. Okay, that's just the reality. So he's telling me this. The ride is going, and boom. So I'm like, this is wild. Like, I'm acting real engaged because, like, I don't know this guy. I don't know if he's dangerous. I don't know if, you know, he was going to be at the end of the story like, all right, now that I tell you, I got to kill you type shit. You know, I don't know what's going on. So I'm just acting, you know, really engaging because I don't know. At this point, my safety could be at jeopardy. Who knows? Okay? So, like, I'm just trying to comfort him and be like, you know, it's going to be okay. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I just know I don't want to die. I don't want him to get violent. Because, you know, even though I didn't necessarily, you know, think he was going to do anything, you just never know with anybody. Like, I'm having strangers get in my car. I'm a woman. It's late at night. Anything could go down. So I'm just being as neutral at the situation as possible. I'm not saying he wrong. I'm not saying he right. I'm not even giving him really advice. I'm kind of bullshitting him, basically, is what's going down. Because, baby, I'm not trying to die. And I don't know what to do in a situation like this. I don't scam. I don't break the law. So, I guess, thanks for feeling like you could vent to me. I guess I got that kind of comforting aura. But, baby, I don't got nothing for you. I don't got no type of advice. So, yeah. Go back. Got a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. So he was just feeling very comfort, and I guess he wanted to be not necessarily advice, but he needed to talk to somebody, and I was that somebody. Okay. But like, what can I tell him? Like, he is on the run from the police and from something. Like, I know that he wasn't on the run for that incident because they escaped. Like, I guess they got away from that. But he was on the run from something, which is, I think, the reason why he was in Atlanta. And then, so he's telling me that, and I'm like, so what's going to happen? I remember asking this. Okay, I was like, so what's going to happen if you get caught? He was like, I'm not going to get caught. I'm just keep running forever. I'm like, you ever going to get a job or what? So maybe he was a bad, I mean, obviously he does credit card scams, so he's a bad guy, I guess. But I just be feeling bad when people be ending up in situations like this. Because it's like, this system got people doing trickery like this. And I don't like that, you know? So I'm just like basically this is me, like my reaction the whole time. Like, wow, like, oh my God, like what? Like, what you mean? Like, I'm very bland because maybe, what the hell am I going to say? I'm 22, 23, 21. I don't know. What the hell? I don't got no advice for you. Other than, you know, I guess just stay up, you know. Do you, honey, because you on the run. Like, I remember him, like, saying that, like, he's just going to stay on the run. And I'm like, but how? What about your son? This was years ago, so he could have been caught by now. But, like, you feel me? Like, you just going to run forever? Like, boo. But I guess in situations like that, like, if you get caught, like, what are you gonna, unless you got like a really good lawyer, there's nothing left for you. Like, if you get caught, it's a done deal. Like, he going to jail. Like, you want to talk about you going to stay on the run forever, you going to jail if you get caught. That's what that means. So I wish I remember what he said he was on the run for. But that was just a particular situation that was added on that happened to him in the good days. But I know he's not a killer, because the way this traumatized him and the way he was telling me the story, he's definitely not a killer, but he do something bad enough to the point where the police got to be out on the look for him, and he didn't flee to a whole nother state, doing credit card scams for money. Okay, so now the riot's coming to an end, and I'm like, thank God this man getting out of my car. Nope. So he like, you know, so you got a boyfriend or something? I'm like, no. Like, he starts like complimenting me and stuff. I'm like, no, don't have a boyfriend, you know. And I like, y'all know how I feel about men. I hate them. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me. But again, I gotta play nice. This man is sitting in my car. Anything could happen, so I'm talking to him. So then I'm like, no, you know, just single or whatever. He's like, so you wanna like F with me or something? Like, you know you like niggas like me, like hood niggas. I'm just like, one, I don't. Two, you have a child. Three, you're on the run from the police. So what kind of relationship is this going to turn into? Like, absolutely not. This is not going anywhere. But I don't want to get killed. So I gave him my phone number, and I gave him the real one, because, you know, niggas like to be like, you know, let me call you right now to see. And he's like, boy, take this wrong number and go on about your day. Like, that's annoying. So with that being said, I gave him my number. He was like, yeah, we can go to like Top Golf or something. I'm like, okay. No. So I dropped him off. He's like taking forever to get out the car, still trying to make small talk with me. You know, you pretty, you just sat there. I'm like, sir, please get up out this car. Like, I don't want you. I don't. Like, you got a lot going on. You could be in custody at any day, jail, dead. I don't know what the hell. I don't want no parts of this. So then he like gets out the car, and then my plan was to like immediately like block him. I was so ready to get the F up out of there, and then I'm just so far away from home. So I peeled off. I forgot all about that. I don't even think I finished driving the rest of the night, because that story was just ridiculous. Like, this nigga on the run. He done seen somebody get shot. He said all day he do credit card scams. He got a child that he really can't see because he on the run. Like, this is too much. You got a lot going on. I just graduated college. This ain't got nothing to do. I'm not trying to be in a mess like this. Okay? No. So a week goes by, I'm chilling at my apartment, and my phone starts ringing. So a week goes by, and he calls me. I'm sitting at home. He's like, you know, what's up with you? I'm like, who the hell is this? He's like, you know, this old dude from last week. Remember I gave you my number, and you know I said I was gonna take you to Top Golf? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. He was like, so, you know, what you trying to do tonight or whatever? No, he's like, what you doing tonight? I'm like, nothing. I was like, okay, so let me take you out tonight, you know, like call me, you know, send me your address so I can, you know, pick you up or whatever. I was like, okay, like I'll do that. I guess we was gonna go to Top Golf. We hung up the phone and I blocked him and haven't heard from him since, because like I said, I meant to block him immediately, but I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. Like, and I guess I just forgot about the whole exchange of phone number situation. Because that wasn't really nothing that I was like pondering on. Like, it wasn't like I was super scared or like to the point where I was like, oh my God, my life is in danger right now. I was just being cautious. You know, I'm cautious with any passenger that was getting in my car, but this one in particular, because he done told me that he about that life and I ain't trying to be part of that life. So I just deleted his number, never heard from him again. Like I said, this was years ago. I don't know how he's doing. You know, hopefully he turned his life around. I don't know. Hopefully his child is doing well. But yeah, that was the time I had a passenger that was on the run, and that situation was crazy. I wish that like I feel like something crazier happened within the conversation, but because it was so many years ago, I'm just going based off memory. Like, if I remember in detail, it would probably be way more dramatic and crazy, but that's all I remember, like him telling me. But regardless, it was crazy. It's kind of funny looking on it now, because like, wow, this dude was on the run, like. But whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more Lyft stories, you know, that was just to warm it up, but I got more Lyft stories to come if you want to know. So let me know in the comments below what other, if you enjoy, you know, just get ready with me as I do my makeup and tell you guys, you know, my stories of being a Lyft driver. I know you didn't do it at the beginning, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll give you some more courtesy, give you more time to do it. Go ahead, it's right there. In the meantime, in between time, honey, check the other videos in this playlist, and I will see you guys in my next one. Peace.